G'day headbangers, Pato here from Metal Ignition, joined by these four walls from New Zealand. We've got Steve here on the lead, is it lead guitar?
Yeah, lead vocals. That's
lead vocals.
You wouldn't see it
or
from
you're
the
more
logo,
lead guitar.
right?
This is Gray as well. He likes to do a bit of a screaming in some of the songs too, which is nice. So I guess we'll just jump straight into it. We're here at the Evelyn Hotel in Melbourne. These guys are here supporting Electric Horse on the Venomous Tour, their album launch for the album Venomous. So you guys just finished up your album a couple months back.
Yep.
Living to Right the End.
Yep, you got it.
And I'll tell you that it's an interesting album. It's got a lot of different versatility in it for a variety of different music. I think that's anything for any rock alternative enthusiasts, it's definitely a great album for them to pick up.
Yeah, cool. Well, we tried really to do that in a nutshell. Like, I mean, this album we approached differently completely. We basically all got together and recorded it, very much as a group, and that's really what showed the diversity. We kind of had a lot of input from people like Matt Bartlett and Tice Lee, who are part of the production and engineering side of it, who come from very different backgrounds, and it just brought a lot to the table.
Yeah, that was the point of bringing them on, so they could challenge us, because we had our parameters and we needed those stretched out.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of happened with this one.
So you can definitely think that it's taken a dramatic turn from previous album, Downfalls and Empire.
Not dramatically.
I wouldn't say a turn at all. It's an evolution because there is a lot of throwback to that old stuff on there anyway.
Yeah.
Like it still sounds like us, but
It's that stuff and then a little bit more, a little bit of colours and flavours to it.
I noticed that the first track when you put the CD in, Talons, it stands out a lot more than a lot of the other songs in terms of the sound. I can tell you it's a kick-ass song, that one. Good driving song.
Yeah.
One of the first ones we wrote for the record, actually.
Is it? Okay, there you go.
It was kind of the direction that we wanted to start pushing things, and there was the point you made then is the reason why it's number one on the album, just to smack people in the face.
Yeah. And obviously, Passenger is the single, if you will, with the video, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the videos that you guys have been doing. You got a bit of a armory of videos under your belt.
Well, we're really fortunate. It's something that we don't have a lot of in Australia. We've got government funding back in New Zealand, so we apply and we get X amount of dollars to do these videos. It makes it a lot more affordable for us. The Passenger one, we actually decided it was cheaper to send our director over to LA to shoot it than it was to shoot in New Zealand or Australia.
Yeah. Right.
So we shot our band scenes over in New Zealand in a sound studio. We actually flew them out to LA to hire actors, models, shoot out on a salt bed.
Wow,
nice. It worked out. It was ridiculously cheap.
Cool.
Yeah, nice. So, do you guys have any say, or is anyone that is proactively involved with how the videos are written in a way? I guess because they are pretty. They're pretty impressive in terms. There's always some sort of story going on, and there's one in a boxing ring. There's obviously
the wrestling ring. Yeah.
Sorry.
Same thing, sure.
It's a ring.
Yeah. So you guys get pretty involved in that sort of process.
We really do like to get involved in everything. Absolutely. Like, we don't like to hand the reins over and just let someone do the job for us. We love to get our hands dirty. Absolutely. So we've had some kind of involvement in everything we've done.
So when the album was finalised, Living to Right the End, did you instantly know, Passenger, that's going to be the one? How does that work?
Not initially.
Initially, especially myself, I went to the record thinking that there was another song that was going to be the lead single. That song didn't make the album.
Yeah.
So that 9 weeks that we're in the studio, everything kind of changed, and it wasn't until we actually heard the final mixes and the final product, and we're like, okay, well, that's definitely the single.
I think it came down to a little bit more as to that song probably is a little bit more of a throwback to the songs on Downfalls and Empire. So the people that are following us from album 1 to album 2, it's something that's going to be a little easier for them to kind of just come along with. Yeah.
And it certainly is a radio friendly song.
Sure.
It is.
I mean, it was actually the first song that I had listened to of you guys before, and instantly I was hooked.
Cool.
So, and that's the idea. So
that's right,
man. Get them early.
Get them early, young. I wanted to talk about the difference or the significant change in playing in New Zealand as to playing in Australia.
Yeah. The heat, for one, I'm dripping.
So you're wearing a beanie hat
and we just did sound check and everything. I'm smoking.
Something that I've noticed about Australia is that over in Australia, people are spoiled for choice of venues and quality of venues, PAs, lighting rigs, everything. We in Auckland, we've got 3 venues we can play at. and that's it, and that's spread amongst every band there is.
Yeah.
So it's nice to come over and you know, we've been over here 4 times now, and every time it's been different venues, and they've always been really awesome to be at.
And also just the absolute plethora of bands that are on the scene and gigging regularly, you know? It's I mean, obviously it comes down to population, but we're going through the magazines that are around here, and there's, you know, thick magazines filled with ads of what to do, and it's crazy, man. There's something to do for everyone, you know? So it's just great to be able to be a part of, you know, a thriving scene. Sure.
Yeah, it's a really good chance for us to test and to challenge ourselves against other bands. Not against other bands, but to learn from other bands and to step up our performances, because these guys are bringing it.
Actually, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was on the album, Living to Right at the End, there's a song called Beautiful.
Sure.
Can you guys expand a little bit further about the process of getting Jason on board on that song?
Yeah, well, we recorded the album up in Bluestone Studios on the Gold Coast with Matt Bartlam, and Jason's a local boy. He's from around that area, and he'd done some work with Sun Colotto actually at Bluestones previously, and also with Electric Horse they did some of the tracking for the EP there, and the idea of bringing someone with some throat into it came up, and initially I laid down the demos, and it was just, you know, it didn't have the body to it, you know, and Jason's name came up, and we're big Sunk fans, you know, we love what Electric Horse do, and when his name came up and he was available, man, we took it, absolutely, we jumped in.
Yeah, cool. Because I find a lot of bands are doing the old cameo or the guest vocals nowadays. Is it something that obviously you guys maybe wanted to always do, or?
We've had an idea for that. We did it with our first album as well, but I don't think we're doing it for a leg up in any way. It's purely just we want to get people that we like involved with what we're doing, and he was keen on the song, and it was great.
I'd definitely say that Talent and that song sit nicely next to each other. So we've got some sound testing going on. I think one of the 4 bands. So that's all right. We'll persevere. We'll finish it off. What else did I want to? Oh, obviously I want to find out what else is in store for the rest of the year for you guys.
Yeah, well we're here. We're going to be spending as much time in Australia as possible. We're just going to be putting miles on the clock, man, and up and down the country, playing shows all over. So, you know, if you're keen on what we do, look out for it, because we'll be around for sure. That's the big plan.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Right. Well, there you have it. So, if you miss them on this tour, no doubt they'll be headlining their own very soon, or supporting any other Aussie rock, metal, alternative, whatever it may be. Catch some more details on Metal Ignition. We'll certainly keep you informed. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thanks, man.
We'll do a next week.
Yeah.